What's up, y'all? This is Hammer here again, back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about a specific content creator that's been kind of blowing up recently. I've been seeing her around the YouTube space for a couple of months now. I've had my views on her for a while, but I feel like right now is the perfect time and the best time for me to kind of really go out there publicly and let folks know how I really feel about this content creator and really my perspective on women like her who enter the manosphere and the red pill spaces. So the content creator I'm referring to, the female content creator I'm referring to, is by the name of Real Femme Sapien. So Real Femme Sapien essentially blew up on TikTok when she essentially had this video she uploaded. I think it was on TikTok, yes, on TikTok. And in the video, she essentially talked about how, she wants to be a stay-at-home wife. She believes in men, she believes in women submitting to men, she believes in traditional values, right? All the traditional red pill stuff, and she went viral for this, right? And as she went viral, right, remember during this time she was also closely linked with Just Play Things, and so as she went viral on TikTok and went viral on social media, she kind of took Just Play Things with her, which I think helped Just Play Things grow so fast for the past couple of months. But the reason why I want to focus on her is because Real Femme Sapien represents a lot of the type of females who I see entering the manosphere red pill spaces, right? These are typically women like what, right? And the same thing I think is, this is typically women like what? These are women who spend most of their lives being feminists, most of their lives being quote-unquote rebellious, most of their lives, trying to turn the patriarchy. And then just as they're about to hit that magical number 30, just about to hit magical number, all of a sudden, right, now they believe in traditional values. All of a sudden, they go through this epiphany phase where they want to settle down, they want to get married, they want a high-value man who's going to spoil them, right? I see this pattern. But what I typically notice about women is that women like this is that none of these women ever want to quote unquote give up the right to feminism. They will talk about all the problems of feminism to kind of appeal to quote unquote the men in the red pill and manosphere spaces, but none of them ever say, I want to give up the right to vote. I want to give up Title IX. I want to give up Title VII. I want to give up affirmative action for sex-based rights. None of these red pill females, quote unquote content creators, want to actually give up a lot of the goodies that feminism, quote unquote, gave them. And so when they hop in these spaces, a lot of times they're hopping because most of the time when they come to spaces, they're coming in need of an economic floor of a man. Not because they actually want to say, because look, I'm out here, I need a guy to provide for me. And the same thing happened with her, right? Most of her life, she was a radical feminist, fighting the patriarchy, being independent. And all of a sudden, once she got close to that age 30, she quote unquote went and married a physician. Keep this in mind, okay? She didn't go and marry anyone. She went right when she was about to hit that magical number 30, she had an epiphany phase, right? All of a sudden now she wants to be a traditional woman, and she goes and marries a physician who's probably making six figures. Let me ask you a question, okay? If her husband was not a physician, if Real Femme Sapien's husband was making $40,000 or $50K a year, do you think Real Femme Sapien will be online talking about quote unquote traditional values, about anti-feminism, about submitting to a man? Or do you think she'll be online talking about how quote unquote men need to quote unquote level up, men need to do more? The reality of the situation is this. I see Real Femme Sapien as a fraud, and I see a lot of other women place as a frauds too, because the only time they spot out these narratives and these talking points is if it directly benefits them. Real Femme Sapien just recently announced that she's going to be quote unquote leaving the red pill space, right? She's leaving the red pill. Now here's what's so funny. When Real Femme Sapien first entered the manosphere, when she first entered the space, she had no problem using the red pill to build her channel up. She had no problem spotting red pill talking points in order to get a bunch of simp-ass dudes to donate to her every single day. But see, now that she's essentially used the men in the manosphere, the men in the red pill space, a lot of these simps, to build her channel up, now she turns around and says, oh, now that I have built my channel up, now that I have my quote unquote high value man who's a physician, right? Now that I'm making all this money, I'm leaving the red pill. I'm like, it's insane. It's crazy. But this perfectly represents what I'm talking about. I don't trust real femme sapien, and I don't trust a lot of the women in space, and we don't. And the crazy part is that when she announced that she was leaving the red pill, you had so many guys who were brought her over. I said, I've been saying this for a long while. And of course, she is going to quote unquote have her little, her little here and there. She's still doing her, content talking about red pills. She left the red pill, but she's still doing her content talking about, traditional violence shit. I said, look, you're a fraud, okay? Because a woman that believes in traditional values, right? It's shown in her life. It is undeniable that you're only spouting this out because you were able to get a quote unquote high, quote unquote top 10% dude. And so now you want to spout this out. Would you be spouting out? Would you be trying to be a traditional woman if your man was making $30K a year? Would you be trying to be a traditional woman if your man, would you be anti-feminist if your man was making $40K a year? No. And this is the problem I have. The reason why I bring up these numbers, because of y'all, the vast majority, like almost like 80% of men make less than 50K a year. Like the vast majority of men make less than 50 and 60K a year. So most men out here are making between what? $30,000 to $50,000. So if you're not willing to quote unquote be a traditional guy to a man who makes 40K or 50K, that means that 70 to 80% of dudes just got canceled out. This is how you end up in a situation where we have 80% of the majority, almost close to 80, 90% of females trying to get a top 10% of dudes. Because most guys don't make that much. Most men are not out here balling out. And I hate this conversation because whenever you have women spouting out this quote unquote traditional value stuff, they only speak about traditional values under the prerequisite that they gain access to a top 1%, 10% male. But as soon as they don't gain access to that, they go right back to rebelling against the patriarchy. They go right back to being feminist. At the end of the day, when it comes to Real Femme Sapien, I really do hope that her marriage lasts because I would not be surprised. Look, how much do you guys want to bet that if her marriage, if Real Femme Sapien's marriage were to ever, and I mean ever, run into some issues, right? Ever, not work. How much do y'all want to bet if she were to lose this quote unquote physician husband she has, that she would hop right back online being a radical feminist? How much you want to bet? Because I can see, I would not be surprised whatsoever. I wouldn't. It would make perfect sense to me. It really would. To see a chick like her hop right back to quote unquote being a radical feminist. All y'all out here, all you men out here, a bunch of trash and slaves, just like my ex-husband. So my thing is this: if you were a man, see, look, I can understand women listening to Real Femme Sapien because when it comes to Real Femme Sapien, Real Femme Sapien essentially, she essentially preaches this lifestyle, right? But at the end of the day, look, Real Femme Sapien spent most of her life being a radical feminist. And then as soon as she was about to hit that magical age 30, she said, oh, now I want to be a traditional wife. Now I want to be, quote unquote, a woman who serves her husband. Let's be honest here. So if you're a man who listens to Real Femme Sapien, if you actually believe that she wants to, quote unquote, be under a patriarchy, you're fucking retarded. Real Femme Sapien does not want to be anywhere near a fucking patriarchy. Let's be honest here. She does not. She wants to have a situation where she can have all the benefits, all the rights of feminism. See, what they really want, women want the rights and the benefits without the responsibilities. They want the same rights and power as men, but they don't want the same responsibility that men have. So, they want to quote unquote be CEOs, be heads, be quote unquote, chairmen, but they don't want to be quote unquote part of the selective service draft. It was it's crazy. Well, that being said, yo, I'm going to wrap it up there. That's kind of been my sort of rant. Make sure you guys like the video. And by the way, when it comes to my Just Play Things video, it kind of went viral. Look, at the end of the day, my views on Just Play Things are they're very easy to understand. When it comes to Just Pretty Things, I very much agree that look, a white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes like Just Pretty Things should not be allowed to speak about black men or black male issues. Because at any moment she can switch on that white privilege card at any moment. That's why I don't believe in her really even talking about black male issues or male issues in general. But at the same time, I also do agree that all of the black females out talking about Just Pretty Things, y'all need to shut the fuck up. Because any other time, you guys have no problem holding hands with quote unquote white Becky and intersecting with white feminism. So with that being said, yo, that's gonna be for me. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and share the video. Hammer out.